Hey cutie pies, I am Lanikia and this is another edition of What Happens on the Soaps. This is the Bold and the Beautiful for Wednesday, April the 20th, 2022. All right, y'all, so let's just get right into it. So we've been saying this whole time that Hope, you need to watch your man. He's too close to Steffy. All right, so he goes in there, and again, Steffi is just like, "Oh, my husband, I needed you so much," and everything, and because she reverted back to thinking she is still married to Liam, and so now Taylor and Bridget are talking, and they just talk about how they're concerned about Steffi, because Ridge is pushing her to try to remember, and I don't think that that's the best option right now. And Taylor says, "Yeah, I know," but neither one of y'all stand up to him and tell him stop pushing her, Ridge. Neither one of y'all have done that. So I mean, I don't. What can I say? Everyone kind of coddles Ridge. Like he can be this rude person and no one really says anything. Even Taylor, like y'all know professionally that he needs to chill out, but y'all not saying anything. Saying it to each other doesn't help. Anyway, Sheila back there listening. And then they do say that they are concerned that she won't regain her memory and that she's in such a fragile state right now that what Ridge is doing is actually will actually push her to the breaking point. So, anyways, they go back, and Bridget goes into the room, and she says, "I got to check on Steffi." So she goes into the room, and she hears Steffi talking about Liam, her husband, and she said, "What's going on here?" "Ma'am, you are the doctor." And she says, "What's going on here?" And so she asked Steffi some questions. She says, "Yes, Liam is my husband, and everything." And I was like, "Okay, girl, I don't know what to say." Um, so she was like, Steffi was just like telling Bridget, "I'm just telling him how much I need him and everything." So Bridget is all looking all concerned and everything because she know this is not good if this girl thinks this man's her husband. So on the outside, Taylor is on the phone with Thomas, just updating him on everything that's going on. And Sheila comes up, and she just takes comfort with Sheila, gives her a hug and everything, and tells her Steffi is still having a hard time remembering. And she just need a friend, so she thinks Sheila her friend, so she gives her a hug. Now Hope and Brooke are over there talking, and Brooke says, "All right, I don't like that Liam is here like this. He's too involved." And Hope reiterates with Brooke that everything is fine. I'm the one, he's where he needs to be with Steffi. He's supporting her, and that's what he should be doing. They have children together. And Brooke was like, just because they have children together and they used to be married, that doesn't mean he has to be here with a vigil. But Hope won't listen to her. She says everything is fine. At the end of the day, Steffi's gonna need his support because my gosh, she lost her husband and everything. And she says, "I'm the one with the ring. Listen, it doesn't matter if you have the ring. It doesn't matter if you have the last name. It's what K Michelle. What is K Michelle where he wants to be? Where he wants to be." That used to be my jam. But anyways, like K Michelle said, is where he wants to be. And right now he wants to be with Steffi. And when Steffi wakes up, when Steffi comes out of the hospital, he's gonna be right over there with Steffi because Hope and Brooke go up to Taylor and Sheila, and Brooke is just like, "Taylor, is everything okay? Is Steffi okay?" And Taylor said, "Yeah, Steffi's okay. And Sheila said, No. What she means to say is, what am I doing here?" And Taylor tells Brooke and Hope the same thing she's been telling Ridge. Sheila is family. That's that's Finn's mom, Hayes' grandmother, and she's concerned about Steffi too. So she gonna be here. She's family. So then, okay, Brooke, Taylor, Sheila, and Hope are on the outside of the room. Now Ridge, Bridget, and Liam come out. Now, before they come out, Steffi makes Liam promise that he gonna come back because she says, "I need to talk to you." Bridget tells them, Ridge and Liam, "I need to talk to y'all." And Steffi was like, "No, don't leave me. I don't want my husband to leave me." And he says, "I'm gonna be right outside those doors. I'm gonna come back." So they get outside, right? And they get outside these doors and they're like, oh, Bridget, how's Steffy? Taylor's asking. And she says, well, we have news. And so Taylor's like, what's going on? And Ridge is just like, Steffi's, and he doesn't say it. So Taylor's like, what is going on? What's going on with Steffy? Now, she would have set herself down on the seat because she's wanting to listen, but she just like this because she's trying to figure out what is going on. Do I need to be worried? And they said, Steffy, she's remembering, but she doesn't remember that night. And they were like, so she does. And so she was like, so are you saying she'll never remember that night? Bridget said, no, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said she doesn't remember that night, but she's remembering. And they was like, what is it? What does she remember? Like, Taylor's like, what is going on? And Ridge and Bridget and Liam, they stuttering and stuff. They don't want to say and shit. Taylor was just like, someone tell me what's going on. And they said, and so Liam is like, well, Steffy remembers, but she's confused. And Bridget's like, when I came into the room, she was talking to Liam. And so Liam was like, so she was like, when I came in, she was excited to see me. And Ridge was like, yeah, she was real excited to see him when he came into the room. And so Hope and Brooke and Taylor are like, what are you saying? And so they say, they were like, well, she kind of thinks that I'm still her husband. And Hope said, excuse me? And they're like, well, what are you talking about? What are you saying? They said, she remembers, but she doesn't remember Finn or the night. And she still thinks that she's married to me. This is Liam talking. And Brooke looks at Hope like, I told you, you should have been going in that room when Liam went in that room. But anyways, so Brooke says, well, y'all have to tell her the truth to let her think that she's married to someone. That seems cruel. And Taylor said, well, thinking about it, in my professional opinion, I think we should let her think this right now and not tell her about Finn and that night because it could be a setback for her. And Brooke was like, what? No, she can't still think she's married to Liam. And she said, Bridget, what do you say? And Bridget said, I'm gonna have to say, in my professional opinion, I believe that's the same. I believe that too. She got to believe she's married to Liam for a little while longer. I said a mess. This is a whole mess, but we knew it was going to be. Okay, so then Steffy was in there with the nurse and she said, your blood pressure is high, or do you need anything? She said, I need my husband. So the nurse come out and she said, she's asking for her husband. I said, nurse, now you messy. That girl's husband is gone. So then Liam, here go Liam. Oh, okay then. All right, well, it's game time. We have to make her believe. Go on in there and be with Steffy because that's what you want to be. This was a mess. It was a good episode to me today. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to have to give it an 8. It wasn't that good. It was good, but it wasn't that good. Oh, I forgot about Quinn and Carter. Quinn and Carter are still over. So Liam goes in there and Steffy is just like, oh, my husband, don't leave me and I need you. And Hope in the window looking. Poor Hope. She in the window looking at Liam and Steffy. Y'all a mess for that. So then here go Quinn and Carter. They talking about they miss each other. And he said, say it again. I mean, Carter big smiles. I must say it. Paris, I haven't seen him smile like this with you. He big smiles and everything. And she said, you heard me say it the first time. He was like, I want to hear it again. And she said, I missed you. I miss my friend and all that. And so they flirting and doing all that mess. And she said, so this thing with Paris, he said, that's over. I don't want that girl. That's what he said. That's what he said what I'm saying. I don't want that girl. I was just using her as a substitute. And so I'm paraphrasing. That's not what he said, but that's what I picked up. That's what I heard. And so then Quinn is just like, I just miss my friend. I miss talking to you and stuff. And he was like, what, you can't talk to Eric? And she told him Eric's sleeping in the guest house and he barely be in he works all the time from home. He in the guest house. We said, so are you and Eric not okay? Like, what, is there something that's still wrong in your marriage? She never answered the question. But they kept on flirting and everything, and he says, you didn't have to come down, and she could have gave that key any kind of way back to him. He was like, I feel like it was more to it than that. There is, they got chemistry. He don't have this chemistry, Paris, but at the end of the day, they just both are like, they miss each other. They flirt a little bit, and he tells her there's no other woman in the world like you. And she said, you better remember that. And he walks out the door and looks back. I was like, oh, this going to be a mess right here. Everybody marriage is getting shook up. But that was the Bold and the Beautiful today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow for a new edition.